observing where your sit bones connect with your prop or the ground. Just let that area spread out. Feel roots go down from your butt muscles into the ground, making it nice and solid connection with the floor. And from that sturdy connection, just let your spine grow up toward the ceiling, stacking those vertebrae one on top of each other, yearning toward the ceiling. Your head and neck can sit nicely on top. And then starting at the top of your head, slowly moving down through your body. Check in with yourself today. Are there any areas that are stiff or sore? Any areas itching to move? Are there any areas that are feeling quite open and relaxed? And what we're doing here is we're just looking at our starting pace when you come to class. How do we feel? Not judging it, just observing. And then sealing up your lips, beginning to inhale a little bit longer through your nose. And exhaling to match, also through your nose. Gradually increasing the depth and length of that breath. This allows you to take in extra oxygen. It lets your body know that we're about to move into our practice. And it starts to clear our mind so that we can focus on the practice a little bit. On your next exhale, you can drop your chin to your chest, opening up the back of the neck, checking in with how that feels today. And then slowly begin to make circles with that neck. Perhaps inhaling for the first half. Exhaling for the second half. If you're hearing any snap, crack, pop, Rice Krispie sounds from your neck, those are safe sounds. But if you're feeling a little stuck, a little hurt in one place, just hang out there for a moment. Maybe let the elbow and shoulder get heavy. Just see if you can work that spot out. Pausing the next time your chin reaches your chest, and then slowly move in the other direction. Nice, slow, big circles. Waking up our neck and reminding ourselves that our neck can do more than look forward at a computer. It can actually go all the way around. Just let it wake up a little bit. And next time your chin comes back to your chest, and pause here. And slowly bring your gaze back up. Slowly let those eyes open. And we're gonna take our fingers, interlace the palms together. And we're gonna reach them away from us while bringing our belly button into our spine and making a nice big C. So you're reaching forward with those arms, curving your back, bring your belly button into your stomach, stretching out the back. And as you inhale, bring those hands back towards you, sit your spine up tall, lift the palms around and push those arms away, lengthening those elbows. And it's difficult having your fingers interlaced. You could also have those hands apart. And then slowly rotating those arms up toward the ceiling, just until your shoulders say, hey, wait, take a moment, pause here. And then think about straightening those elbows, pushing the ceiling away. And on your exhale, let's bring those arms out to the sides if you have room. Palms out, pushing the invisible walls away. Just like you're in Star Wars, in the garbage chute. Energize those arms. And then bring those arms up to cactus. Begin to bring your chest forward, head back, nice proud chest, lean back and arch that back, making the opposite shape of the back. And then coming back up, bringing those hands down, And let's roll those shoulders up and back 3 times, nice and big. If it's shaking, you're building new coordination, which is good. If you're not shaking, means you've probably been coming to class for a while. That's also good. Okay, now we're gonna try the opposite side. So instead of interlacing the fingers the same way, you're gonna put the opposite finger on top. Reach away with those hands. Belly button to spine, curving your spine, looking down. We're making that great big C. And as you reach those knuckles away, maybe you feel this in your upper back, in your shoulders, in your arms. And as you inhale, bring those hands close into your chest, sit up tall with your spine. Exhale, push, flip the palms and push them away. And then slowly bring those arms up toward the ceiling, just until the shoulders don't want to move anymore. So it doesn't have to be straight up, it can be out. Listen to your body. You may be going to a point of discomfort, but you're staying out of the sharp shooting pain. That's when you want to back up. And then exhale, release. Let's bring those arms out to the side again. Flattening those palms, pushing away that invisible wall. Being really strong and active in the arms. We'll bring them up to cactus once again. And then begin to bring chest up, proud chest. Head comes back, arching the back. So a little bit of a back bend. Stretching the back the opposite way, looking at a computer. And then exhale, let's come up nice and tall. Let those arms float down. And this time let's roll the shoulders forward and up. Maybe observing which way was a little bit harder for you. It's harder for me to bring my shoulders forward, but it's getting easier. All right, if you're on some height, let's put that aside. Coming into your cat and cow pose, your tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And just like we did sitting, we're going to push the ground away. Bring in your sit bones, arch your back just like a cat. So relaxing your head and neck. Pushing the ground away and rounding that spine, belly button into spine. And then exhale, drop your belly down, bring your sit bones up, gaze comes up, and we're embracing that cow. Then coming back to neutral. To continue our work on step through, we're gonna do this one-sided. So take your right knee, lift in the air so that your right foot is in the air. Bring your belly button into your spine. And let's come into cat while we bring that knee into your chest. So you're bringing the knee into your chest, pushing the ground away, making the shape of the cat, and just keeping that knee tucked in. And then let's bring it back up again. And try that one more time on this side when you're ready. So bring that knee into your chest as you begin to make that cat back, push the ground away, creating as much space between that leg and the ground as you can. Reach that leg back up. And let's set it down. And try this on the other side. So left knee comes up. Find that position first. And when you're ready, bring the knee into the chest. Curling the back. Knee into chest. Belly button into spine. And then bring that foot back. Lengthening it out. You guys are doing great. You have one left. When you're ready, bring that knee into your chest. Push the ground away, make that great big cat. Cover that knee. Bring the leg back. Set it down. We're gonna walk back toward ourselves so we're up on the knees. Reach the hands behind you. Maybe those fingers are tented, leaning back. Begin to shine that chest high. Nice proud chest coming into a little bit of back bend. And if it feels good, maybe you want to squeeze your glutes and raise your hips up. So you're stretching out those quads and your back and shoulders all at one time. Feeling that deep inhale. Long exhale. You can set yourself down. Going back to your knees. We're gonna come forward, back to tabletop. Now we're gonna tuck our toes underneath and slowly shift back to down dog. So I have to push the front of my runway, shift my knees up, my sit bones come toward my heels, and then lifting the hips up. Those knees can stay bent. And then we're gonna bend one knee, straighten the other at a time. Just stretching at the back of the hamstrings, back of the calves, checking with how that feels today. Pushing the front of the mat forward, lifting the hips high. And let's come into stillness. Those knees can still be bent. That feels good to you. And remember to gaze towards your belly button. That'll help your neck relax. Inhaling deep through the nose. Exhaling long. Keep those hips high as we walk the feet toward the back of the hands. Bend the knees, ribs to thighs, and we're gonna forward fold. I was about to say ribs to chest, that would have been difficult. Maybe grab opposite elbow and sway a little bit side to side. Adding a little bit of movement into your day. Maybe lifting those hips up a little higher. Releasing those hands, and then slowly pushing into the feet as you roll up to standing. Rolling those shoulders back, standing nice and tall. Getting ready for some half sun salutations. Exhale all the hair out of your lungs. Inhale deep. Exhale long. Inhale, sweep your hands up, reaching high like you mean it. Exhale, soft bend in the knees, forward fold, hinging at the hips. Inhale, hands to shins, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep to stand all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart center, and by your sides, we're going to do this 2 more times. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep to rise, reach tall. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Spread your fingers, plant your hands, and step one leg back all the way, and then the other, finding your plank, either from the toes or the knees, yogi's choice. And then we're going to move the left hand in the middle. Slowly roll over those feet or that shin, and we're gonna come into side plank. So your knee would be down, you'd look like this. If your knee up or down, you're just gonna lift those hips nice and high. Check in with that breath. You got this. And then slowly we're gonna come back to plank in the middle. A little bit of strength building, you guys got this. You can move the right hand into the middle, maybe drop that knee, roll over onto your right side. Reaching those hips high, finding that nice breath, and checking in with what you're feeling. Label that feeling, and then come back to your breath. Whether it's frustration, celebration, let's come back to plank. Whatever that feeling is, you guys got this. We're gonna bring those knees wide, toes together, move your sit bones towards your heels, walk out those hands, let's find our child's pose. Coming back to that breath. So in terms of labeling our emotions while we're practicing, it's just observing them and not getting caught up into, this is really hard, why am I doing this? Maybe just say, I'm frustrated, return to the breath. I'm impatient, return to the breath. Oh my gosh, I got this. Return to your breath. And let's walk those hands back towards us, finding your tabletop. And then we're going to tuck the toes and find the down dog once again. We're going to walk the feet together at the back of the mat. Raise that right leg up nice and high. And we're going to do the same thing we did in tabletop. Bring the knee into the chest, float forward into plank, pushing the ground away and creating a lot of space between the floor and your knee. And then reach back one more time. Leg comes high. And then once again, bring the knee into the chest, floating forward into plank. You guys got this. And this time, pretend you're gonna kick a soccer ball. Maybe come up on those fingertips. See if you can bring that foot forward into lunge, dropping the back knee. That's what we've been working on this month. And if it takes you 2 or 3 steps to get there, that's what it takes you for now. In time, we're gonna get there in 1 step. I promise you. All right, so let's sink forward into our lunge and reach those hands back. Interlace the fingers, reach your hands toward the ground. And you're bringing those shoulder blades together. Inhaling deep. Exhaling long. Release those hands. We're gonna bring them inside our foot. And you're gonna take this front foot, move the toes over, the heel over, and the toes over, so your toes are sticking out sideways, and you're changing this leg into a lizard leg. Take your left hand, move it to the side of your mat, front side of the mat, and then twist toward your lizard leg to a nice lizard twist. You can also put some height underneath this hand if you'd like to put a pillow or a yoga block there. Sometimes that feels nice. Just embracing that twist. You can stay here, or if you choose, maybe you want to bend this back knee, bring up your foot. Feeling a nice stretch in the quad. Maybe you want to reach that arm back that's on your thigh and see if you can reach the foot. Or maybe those fingers are wiggling in air. Celebrate that. Along with finding that deep inhale, long exhale, releasing the foot, slowly untwisting. We're going to heel toe this foot back to center lunge. Move the sit bones back so that we're doing a half split. That leg is out front. Prop up on your hands. Make your back nice and long. Inhale deep. And on your exhale, hinge forward. And then maybe you want to release the head and neck. If you feel a lot behind your knee, maybe you micro bend that knee so you move the stretch up your leg. You want to feel this in the back of the leg, but not the back of the knee. Returning to that breath. Where do you feel it moving in your body? In your chest, your ribs. Maybe you feel the air tickle your nostrils. Slowly shifting forward back to lunge. Let's tuck that back toe. Lift the knee up. And this is where we're going to have a little bit of fun moving forward again. Bring a lot of weight into your front foot. Maybe you want to rock a little bit. And we're going to step all the way to forward fold. And then sweep those hands up as you come to standing, reaching high. Bring the hands through heart center, stand tall. And check in with how you feel left side to right side. Are there any differences in your body right now? Since we did that sequence on one side but not the other. How does it feel different? Is there a slight opening or buzzing on the one side? Let's get ready to even out that sensation. Let's exhale all the air from the lungs. Inhale deep. Exhale long. Inhale, sweep your hands up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Spread the fingers, plant the hands. Let's step back to plank. And then find your down dog. Maybe you need to walk the hands in a little bit. Walking those back feet together. This time we're gonna lift the left leg up nice and high. And when you're ready, you can do this on your own time, and you're gonna bring that left knee into the chest, float forward into plank. Really practice making lots of space between the mat and your leg. And then lengthen that leg back again, three-legged dog. And then bring it forward, knee into chest, pushing the ground away, making that cat back. And now kicking that soccer ball, bringing that foot through, finding your lunge, dropping the back knee, coming up high, patting yourself on the back for doing that step through, that extra shoulder work. And then as you sink into the lunge, we're gonna reach those arms back one more time. Reaching behind you, bringing the hands away from your butt. Finding that breath. Inhaling deep. Exhaling long. And let's bring those hands on the inside of our foot. And then toe, heel, toe your front leg out to the side, making that lizard leg. Right hand I like to bring forward and to the side so that I can lean into it as I twist toward my upper lunge. And this can actually have quite a lot of sensation in it. This is one of the biggest sensation poses I feel. So really use that breath to help you through. You can stay here, or if you choose, you can bend that back knee, lifting the foot, stretching that front quad. And maybe you want to reach that hand back, waving those fingers in the air to say hi to the foot. Maybe trying to reach the foot. Some days that works, some days not so much. You are here on the mat moving, that's all you need to do. Let's release the foot. Bring the hand back down and around. And heel toe this foot back to lunge. Moving your sit bones back towards your heel. Reaching the front leg out. We're gonna inhale that spine nice and long. And exhale, hinge forward over your leg. Bending the knee a little bit to move the stretch up the back of the leg if you're feeling it behind the knee. You can release your neck and head, let it hang. Maybe check in with that jaw. Create a little space between the teeth or move the jaw back and forth. Just letting go of any tension that might be there from all that upper body work we were doing earlier. Taking a moment here to feel the breath move past our nostrils, inflate our chest. And then we'll slowly move forward into lunge. Tuck the back toes and lift the knee. We're gonna get ready for that great big step to forward fold, maybe doing a few rocks. Put a lot of pressure into the front foot, pick up the back foot, and let's step to a forward fold. Stomach to thighs, grab opposite elbows and sway back and forth. Enjoying that movement. And then we're slowly gonna sweep those hands all the way up, just like we mean it. Keep that reach high as our left hand grabs our right wrist. Maybe you wanna widen your stance. Inhale up, exhale, side bend over toward the left. Really pushing your right foot into the ground as you reach over to the left. Opening up the side body. Maybe your gaze is forward or up past your arm. And bringing yourself back up. Reaching your hands up. And this time, right arm grabs left wrist. Inhale, reach nice and tall. Exhale, side bend the other way. Really pushing the left foot into the ground as you reach toward the right. Maybe you want to bring the gaze up past the arm. We don't usually move sideways, but this is a great way to build your flexibility, especially if you're working on those handstands or you're short like me and need to reach high things a lot. And then let's come on up. Release those hands down by the side. Maybe roll those shoulders back a few times. We're gonna have fun playing around with a few balance poses. So widen your feet maybe a little wider than your hips. Close those eyes. And take a moment to lift the toes. Set them down. And see if you can have your foot, your whole foot even out and sink into the ground. Can you feel your big toe mound, pinky toe mound, and heel all rest on the floor at the same time? Beginning to put lots of weight in your left leg, let's pick up the right knee. Just let it come to a 90-degree position, flexing that foot. And if you have room, maybe you want to bring your arms out to the sides. Karate Kid pose. And we are going to slowly begin to move into Warrior 3. So belly button to spine. Begin to lean forward as you slowly kick that leg behind you. Keeping it off the ground, we're finding our airplane pose. If you fall out, just try again. Belly button to spine if you want to hold on to the floor or the wall or a chair for balance. And then pressing into that standing leg, let's see if we can come back the other way. Bringing the knee into the chest, pushing into that leg and seeing if you can stand back up and release that leg down. If you wobble, if you fall out, that is great practice for your balance. The more we challenge ourselves and knock ourselves off balance, the more our body gets used to responding. So just keep trying to get back in, keep growing. Let's move to the right foot, let it get heavy. Bring up the right knee, flex the foot. This is a balance pose here. You're welcome to stay here. You're welcome to extend those arms out like a plane, maybe like a cactus if you don't have room. And then slowly begin to shift forward, bringing that leg behind you. Flexing that foot almost like it's pushing into an invisible wall. Embrace the wobbles, maybe pretend you're flying in the wind. And when you're ready, begin to reverse that. Bring the knee into the chest, push into the standing leg. As you use that muscles, you build the muscles to come back up. And set that leg down. Shake it out. Good job. Those legs are probably becoming, you can feel them. All right, we're gonna go back to the left leg, letting the left leg get heavy, right leg comes light. This time bend it behind you, almost like you're kicking your butt. Option to stay here, option to grab your right foot with your right hand. You can bring the left arm up high. You can choose to stay here, or you can choose to push your foot into your hand to raise that leg up. Maybe it has you float forward into your version of dancer. Really push that back foot into your hand. Helps you balance. Embrace the wobble, and then let's slowly, I fell out of that one, but slowly reverse that. Shake out the legs. And since we want our left side and our right side to get an equal amount of work, we want them to work equally as hard, we're gonna try that on the other side. So right foot sinks down, left foot begins to kick your butt. Option to stay here, option to grab your foot. Now here we're starting to stretch the shoulder and the quad. Lift up your right arm. If you choose, you can push your foot into your hand. It helps you stay sturdy and come into your dancer pose. There's a lot going on here. Shoulder stretching, quad stretching, glute strength, and balance. So try it out and then slowly reverse. Release that foot down, standing tall. Shake it out. And we're going to come to the front of our mat. Toes come off the mat, heels come in. We're going to get ready for our squat. Sweeping those hands up nice and tall. Bringing the palms together as you slowly come down into your squat. It can be a high active squat, maybe coming down to a low yogi squat. Wherever you are, think strong feet pushing into the ground, almost like you want to rise back up. And then close your eyes and see if you can feel that breath for 2 full cycles. Can you feel where that breath is moving, even in this strength building pose? And then we're going to bring those hands down to the ground. Have a sit on our sit bones. And we're going to come down to our backs. Feet stay planted on the mat about hip width apart. And we're just going to take a moment to rest our hands on the belly. Close those eyes. And I want you to pick your favorite color of balloon. Mine's purple. Place it in your stomach. And as you inhale through your nose, see if you can blow up that balloon in your belly, making that balloon in your belly grow nice and big beneath your hands. Admire that balloon for a moment, and then slowly exhale, letting the air out of the balloon, letting that balloon deflate. And I want you to try that a few more times to your own speed. Inflating the balloon nice and big. And then exhale slowly, watching and feeling that balloon. And we're using this balloon breath to transition us from the real strength building part of class, the active, higher heart rate kind of class, as we move into the more chill zone here. And it can be hard at first to make that breath nice and long when we're short of breath. So give yourself some compassion and time for the breath to be able to deepen and grow. And after your next balloon breath, we're going to bring those hands alongside the side of our body. Really feel your feet connect with the ground and push into the ground. Squeeze your glute muscles together, your butt muscles together, and begin to lift your hips off the ground into a bridge. Keep pushing the feet down, squeezing the glutes to lift the hips. And if you want to, you can walk those hands underneath your body and interlace the fingers. Or else you can just push those arms into the ground. Squeeze the glutes, lift the hips. Push the feet into the ground. And then when you come down, slowly come down and see if you can do mid-back, then low back, then your butt muscles as they come down. Take a moment to breathe here before we try that again. Bridge can be an interesting feeling pose. But the strength of your feet and the strength of your glute muscles can really help you with that. So when you're ready, begin to push your feet into the floor, squeeze your butt muscles together, belly button to spine, and then begin to lift those hips up high. It's like your glute muscles and your feet are pushing your hips to rise. Checking in with that breath. Gonna be nice and deep and smooth through your nose. Using your breath as your strength. And then slowly we're going to begin to release upper back, mid back, low back, and glutes all the way down. Just taking a moment here to notice your back body on the mat. Notice if it feels any different than when we laid here before the bridges. You can walk those feet out the sides of your mat and let the knees drop in. I almost think this is the I have to go pee pose. We're practicing a little bit of internal rotation. And you can bring those arms to your sides and make them like a cactus so that your hands are raised like you want to ask a question. And this is more of a yin style stretch. So we're just staying here for a bit, using time and gravity to slowly allow our body to open up a little bit more. I inhale, I'm aware of my body. I exhale, I calm my body. Just using this time and space, just subtly embrace these shapes. And just notice how your breath and your body can work together in creating more space. Let's heel toe those feet back to the middle. Bringing the knees into the chest. Let's give ourselves a little hug. So coming up, wrapping those arms around the legs. Maybe you want to roll around a little bit. Massage your low back. And then settling yourself back down, you stay into your chest. You're going to wrap your hands around your right shin. And this left foot can either plant on the floor or it can reach out long on your mat. As we open up the hip flexor here. Perhaps on an exhale, seeing if you can bring that knee in a little bit more if that feels good. And then maybe ask yourself, if you're really holding on to the shin, can I keep my knee here with 5% less effort in the arms? And notice what that thought does to your upper body. Just 5% less effort in holding your leg into your body. Maybe feeling your breath as your belly meets your thigh. That nice, long, steady breath. So we enjoy this little yin style stretch. Bringing a hand to our left hip, we want to keep the hip down. Open up your right hip so your knee comes to the side. And maybe your upper arm props down with your elbow and you're supporting your leg as it moves out to the side. Maybe you want to put a little pillow out there. And just observe how your hip feels different just by shifting your leg to the side. Reminding your hip that it does move to the side, not just forward and back. And then focusing on that breath as it moves through your body, refueling you with that beautiful oxygen. And then we're going to bring that knee back to center. This time have the left hand grab the right shin. Open up your right arm like a T or a cactus. And then bring your right knee over top of your body. You're coming into a twist. So finding your variation of twist. Maybe your gaze wants to look toward that outreached hand opposite of your knee. And focus on your exhales and their relationship with your back body. So each time you exhale, what do you notice about your body sinking into the mat? Can you observe how your breath is helping the movement move? It's creating a little bit more ease and space. Just slowly over time, each exhale just adds a little bit more space into your body. And then slowly let's unravel that knee back to center. Bring the left knee into center. And then you can put that right foot down or extend the leg all the way. Yogi's choice. Maybe checking in here with how that leg feels now that's extended. And asking yourself, can I do 5% less effort to hold my knee into my chest? And observe what that thought about less effort in holding your knee in. Can you still hold your knee in? And how does that feel in your back body doing 5% less? Did you notice anything let go or become soft? Bring your right hand to your right hip and let that left knee creep open to the side, letting the arms support it on the ground or maybe putting a little bit of height there. And kind of make a table with my elbow and my arm. And just observe how your hip area feels a little bit different just with that rotation. Just feel that breath as it moves on through, fueling us up with some beautiful, deep oxygen breaths. And then bringing that knee back to center. Right hand grabs the left knee. Left arm reaches out as we bring our knee over our body, finding a little twist here. Maybe your gaze comes over the left side. And just notice those exhales and how the exhale changes your back body. The space where your body connects with the mat. Just watch that space with every exhale and see what happens. Enjoying this twist variation, one of our closer to end moves of class today. Twist is one of the first moves that hooked me on yoga. Although we'll all find poses in class that we really like or that we don't like as much. What we're just trying to do is acknowledge that all the poses are here. Whether it's an easy through or a tough through, we can do this. We can learn and grow. Let's bring that knee back to center. Bring both knees into our chest. One more little hug. And we're going to release back. Get ready for our final pose. We're going to bring those feet up toward the air. Reach up with our hands and either grab our shins, our ankles, or the top of our feet, coming into happy baby. So you're really bringing those knees out wide and down. We're feeling maybe a little awkward. Maybe if you roll around a bit, we'll add a smile to your face. But what we're doing here is we're opening up our hips just a little bit more. Also getting a little bit of an inversion with the feet up. Maybe noticing how the breath has changed in this pose. And then when you're ready, you can slowly release those legs. Bring the knees together. And we're going to reach those legs out down along the mat, heels to the corner. Let those toes follow to the side. Reach those arms down into the sides of your body about 45 degrees. Fingers reaching for the toes, back of the palms on the mat. Then maybe you want to think about lifting your chest, squeezing your shoulder blades together and setting yourself back down. Slightly tucking your chin into your chest so you can find a resting place for your head. As we spend a few moments here in Shavasana, our final rest. And what this pose does is it helps our body begin to restore and repair from all that work we did. legs when we did that strength building all on one leg, trying to push ourselves back to warrior 3 and then stand back up in warrior 3. That took a lot into our muscle leg. And so we built that strength, and now we're letting it repair, we're letting it remember that it wants to build back stronger because we want to build that strength. So giving yourself a little stillness, a little quiet, a little water after class, all helps build your body up in a nice, strong, and mobile way. I want you to bring your attention once more to your back body. Just notice where your body may be pulling away and where your body may be sinking into the mat. Just notice those spaces. And now let's all take a deep breath through the nose, nice and long, just like you're filling up through a straw. Holding for a moment at the top. And then slowly exhale through the mouth. Noticing how your back body responded to that. Let's try that one more time. A deep, long inhale through the nose. Admiring it at the top. And when you slowly let that exhale go, just watch the impact on your back body. Do you notice any areas that are now sinking a little bit closer down or feeling a little bit more weighted? And you're welcome to do that a few more times until your body begins to feel like a solid, heavy weight on your mat as it spreads out, just like sand on the beach, sinking down. And knowing that you have permission right here to just be still. There's nothing to do. Your body is doing it all for you. Now a lovely 8-minute Shavasana or longer can feel great. And if you have time, feel free to stay here. And if you're having to get back into your day, you can slowly begin to wiggle those fingers. Wiggle those toes. Maybe rotate your head from one side to the other side. Reaching those arms up overhead, great big noon hour stretch, fingertips to toes, and then release with an exhale. Ooh, my calf just cramped there. Planting one foot on the mat and then the other. Let's slowly roll on over to your side body using your head as your pillow, staying here just for a moment. And thinking of one thing today that we are proud of. And then take that top hand and press it into that floor. Coming up to a nice, comfy seat. Rolling those shoulders back. Spine grows nice and tall. And just take a moment to check in with your body, just like we did at the beginning of class. Do a little scan from head to toe. Just noticing the change that this class has brought to your body and the space between your thoughts today. Bringing those hands together at heart center, tucking your chin. And we'll end together with one deep inhale. And exhale. Letting go of class today. Strong in the knowledge that you moved, you stretched, you enjoyed, I hope you have a lovely week, and I will see you next Thursday.
Thanks, Sarah.